Hi there, folks. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Lou Thomas, and thank you for coming back to Highest Gear Reviews. So today I'm kind of excited to bring you this new one. This one's the 2022 Tesla Model Y dual motor long range. So I'm going to make this kind of quick because you can see the weather's moving in. It's getting kind of crazy over here in Colorado, a little bit of a storm moving in. But anyway, like I said, this one's a 2022 Model Y, which is the SUV version. You can kind of get it with a 3-seat configuration. This particular one has a 2-seat configuration. As far as range on these vehicles, so this one here is the long range, right? You get about 330 miles range if you use the 19-inch wheels. If you get the 20-inch wheels, you're going to drop that a little bit, about 318 miles. 0 to 60 times in these Teslas is crazy for an SUV. About 4.4 seconds, 0 to 60 on the long range. If you get the performance version, about 3.6 seconds. Performance is also going to do about 150 miles per hour top speed, which is crazy fast. I mean, why would you ever need that? As far as price on these go, not cheap, right? But they're a very advanced vehicle. About $63,000 to start out on this long-range kind of dual motor version. Warranties are great. Teslas give you about a 4-year, 50,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and an 8-year, 100,000 mile battery and motor warranty. So, I mean, there's a lot going on with this vehicle. Like I said, you're going to pay for it, but it is a very technologically advanced vehicle. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the 2022 Tesla Model Y dual motor long range. So as far as the styling on the Tesla, so they've kind of been the same, right, pretty much since they came out. Not much has changed on them, but that's kind of because it's a design that works. I mean, it might not be for everyone, but I think it looks pretty neat. Maybe it is time for a refresh, but hey, you know, this is what you're going to get. So obviously, no grille in the front. If you remember the early ones, as far as the kind of the Model S's and all those kind of things had kind of like the fake looking grille on them, so they got rid of that obviously years ago. Very aerodynamic, obviously, LED lights everywhere. Pretty good looking lines in my opinion. I think it actually looks like a pretty cool looking vehicle. Like I said, very futuristic. And of course this one kind of looks cool. It's like a white and black kind of stormtrooper look to it. So huge windshield comes around, and the interior is going to be pretty cool when I show you inside as far as the glass roof in here as well. But no, just a nice looking vehicle. There are cameras all over the place on here. Over here, on the fronts, on the rears, up on top. I mean, there are cameras all over the place as far as the navigation system, and a very cool security system as well called Sentry. So pretty nice looking car. It's like I said, nice new design. Maybe coming up in the future, who knows, but I think this one still is a pretty darn good looking vehicle. So as we move to the side of the Tesla, so obviously you've got these really cool wheels, very aerodynamic wheels. It's kind of what they're designed for, but still a rather cool looking wheel. It's kind of like a hubcap assembly almost over the wheel. Looks nice though. So like I said, cameras all over the place. There's a camera here. Of course, you have your fold-away mirrors, obviously. As far as your door handles go, they kind of like just push in here, and then boom, door opens up like that. Pretty nice and slick. Just a clean looking vehicle. Another camera up there. I mean, they are all over the place. So good looking vehicle. Pretty tall, obviously, because this one is the Y, so it's the taller version, I guess you could say, of kind of the Model 3, just as far as the SUV variant. But yeah, good looking vehicle on the side. Moving to the rear of the Tesla, it's like I said, very simple design, or elegant design, I guess you'd call it. Nice LED taillights in here. Here's your dual motor logo here, of course. Not too much going on really. I mean, Tesla logo there, easy push button. Just press it, opens right up. Get all your stuff in the trunk. Press it again. Come on down. So when it comes time to charge up your Tesla, pretty simple, right? So it's kind of hidden back here. So basically just press this, boom, door opens up, plug her in, off you go. So let's hop in our Tesla Model Y. So open the door, like I said, just pop it here. Door opens nice and wide, actually very wide opening. Good sill height as far as getting in, easy to get into. Yeah, nice driving position. Steering wheel is kind of infinitely adjustable. You kind of adjust it with these little knobs here. So really easy to adjust. Telescoping, just go through some of the settings on the steering wheel. Seating position feels really good. Visibility is outstanding, really. I mean, huge windshield, nice big side windows, obviously. Obviously, electronic seats on here as well. Does everything that you'd expect on the seats. Lumbar, everything, up, down, everything's electronic. So nice driving position. It is just odd if you've never been in a Tesla, just as far as the lack of things on the dash is kind of takes some getting used to sometimes. But no, nice driving position. Feels nice and comfortable. Yeah, feels good. Let's take a look. Well, here we are on the inside of the Tesla. So as you can see, it is very Spartan, right? It's like I said on my Model 3 review, it's literally like driving a piece of Scandinavian furniture. I mean, there must have been a Scandinavian person that was designing this, because this is very simplistic, minimalistic, whatever you want to call it. There's just nothing going on anywhere. There's the little vents for your heater controls, basically, which, you know, you can't adjust those really as far as manually. Steering wheel is very, I guess you'd call it very basic looking, but it does have a lot of features as far as what you can do with these little buttons on here and these little rollers. Obviously no buttons anywhere. There's a little compartment here you can store some stuff. A couple of cell phone chargers here, so these are both wireless chargers. And of course the heart of things is this huge screen right here. I mean, this is like a big old laptop computer, not a laptop, but a you know, like a giant tablet basically, just mounted on the dash, obviously. So like I said, if you haven't been in Tesla, it's a little bit different. As far as this system here goes, it does everything, right? Speedometer, all the vehicle controls, very fast. You can scroll through different things. You can adjust so many different settings on it. Navigation system, obviously, as well. Navigation screen looks really cool. So this is kind of what the navigation looks like. Extremely responsive. I mean, it is so fast and very intuitive to use. You know, if you've used like a iPad or something like that, you'll be good to go as far as using this system. But yeah, just easy to use. Has all the controls on here. Has a lot of kind of fun features on it as well, like some kind of video game deals as well. You can play some games on here as well. Whole kinds of crazy stuff. Numerous different settings that you can set. There's some fun things you can do on here as far as some of the crazy things that Tesla puts in their vehicles, as far as kind of like some tooting sounds or farting sounds, all kinds of fun stuff. Car karaoke. You've got your Bluetooth connectivity, all that kind of stuff. Movie theater mode, as far as if you're parked somewhere, you can kind of watch your little TV deal. We'll get off of that for now. Go back here. But I mean, just all kinds of different stuff that you can do with this vehicle. And like I said, everything's kind of controlled from this section here. You can adjust the driving feel, how the vehicle feels, the braking, I mean, all kinds of stuff. Steering mode. Right now we have it in chill mode. You can put in faster acceleration mode. So I mean, just a lot going on. And when you get your car, you're going to spend quite a lot of time just working out what's going on with all these controls. And but like I said, just really nicely done. Displays nice and crisp. Let's go and put it in reverse here. As you can see, nice display there as well. So I mean, just looks really, really good. And it does have the cameras all the way around the vehicle. So you're going to have really good visibility. Even when you put the turn signals on, it'll actually, let's see if I can show you here. It'll show you like these little side views of what's going on. So there's my passenger side. Here's the other side of the vehicle. So my tripod fell over. That's a bummer. But yeah, just really nicely done. So the time has come. Do I fit in the back of the Model Y? So let's open her up. Hop on in here, my normal driving position, getting on in, easy entry. Yeah, lots of room back here. So pretty comfortable. Like I said, very minimalistic, right? But very comfortable. A couple of little USB compact kind of charging ports here as far as for your cell phones and stuff. Nice suede interior here. Everything's kind of soft touch. You can kind of adjust the seat here. Just kind of pull this lever here and it kind of adjusts back a little bit. Not too much, but enough to get you some nice reclining. Of course, there is a center console in here as well, or a center armrest. Now, supposedly, on the 3-row version, you can kind of get out of here, adjust the seat forward, and get into the back. Unfortunately, this one isn't that variant, but I've got to tell you the truth. It's kind of worthless, unless you have very small children. Maybe if you have friends and you really don't like them, so you kind of take their legs off and then tell them to get in the back. That's the only way you could do it. I mean, I don't see how you can really ride in the 3rd row in one of these vehicles. Like I said, I think it's just there just to say it has 7 seats, but you're not going to get really anyone back there in any sort of comfort. But as far as the normal 5-seat configuration, yeah, perfectly fine. Pretty nice place to be. Like I said, this huge glass roof is really cool. I mean, it just adds this really panoramic view to it. So like I said, unless you've got extremely small children, or maybe you want to put some like a couple of backpacks and you want them to have their own seat back there or something, yeah, it's going to be tough to get in there. And like I said, if you do have friends and you put them back there, they're probably not going to be your friends for very long. So let's take a look at what kind of junk we can get in the trunk back here. So all you do, press the button under here. Opens up automatically like a lot of vehicles, but nice to have. Lots of room back here, right? I mean, there is a lot of room without that third row seat. And like I said, if you did get the third row seat, it's pretty much this partition right here is where the seat would be. And like I said, I don't know how you can get like any kind of anyone but a small child back there. You do have these buttons here. You press these. Seats kind of fold forward. Boom, flop down. They'll go real flat if you move the seat up a little bit. Under here, there's a huge well as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of space under here to store more stuff. So, a lot of storage room there. There's some side wells here as well, which are pretty neat as well. So, nicely done. Like I said, lots of room. Pack all your groceries, make your Costco runs. Heck, you know, throw all kinds of stuff back here. Another item that's kind of cool on the Tesla, of course, since it's all electric motors, is you have the frunk as well. So lots of room here. So this kind of makes it like the ultimate Costco vehicle. Stuff in the front, stuff in the back, stuff all over the place. Lots of room. Well, here we are behind the wheel on the 2022 Model Y Tesla. And like I said, nice interior, right? Simplistic. You'll get used to it. Don't worry about it. But everything is right where you need it. I mean, the odometer's right here. It looks kind of weird, right, if you haven't seen it before, but this is where the odometer is. There's nothing else to see. This display will show you vehicles coming around you as well. But as far as driving, I mean, it's very comfortable. The ride is very firm, so I will say that. It is a firm riding vehicle, so you're not going to get like a super plush ride like you would in like a Cadillac EV or maybe Mercedes EV. It is a firm suspension. As far as handling goes, pretty good. I mean, it's not where the Model 3 is, obviously. You've got that much higher center of gravity just as far as the height of the vehicle. The brakes feel great on it. Acceleration is really a lot of fun, and it's very visceral. I mean, it's very weird just because you don't get that sound. You know, it's just you hit the gas pedal or the accelerator pedal because there's no gas engine, obviously, and it just goes. I mean, this thing just rockets out of the hull. As far as the steering, nice feeling. There's 3 different modes. There's like a comfort mode, performance mode, and some other mode as well, but it's very nicely done, well weighted. They did a good job as far as calibrating it, as far as the electric steering, and just everything feels really good. Like I said, visibility is great. Lots of room in here. I mean, I've got bunches of headroom in here, so no problem as far as carrying your passengers and yourself. And I'm pretty big, right? I'm about 6'5", around 260 pounds or so, but feels good. Like I said, firm ride. A little bit of noise, you know, there is a little bit of noise coming from the vehicle as far as wind noise and that kind of stuff, but not really too bad at all. Very tolerable. As far as fit and finish, I keep hearing things about Teslas having poor fit and finish, and unless this one's an anomaly, I just don't see anything. I didn't see anything outside. The gaps look good. The interior looks nice. I mean, there's no issues at all. There's no rattles. There's nothing going on in here. So no, I think they did a good job. I mean, like I said, this is the benchmark vehicle as far as EVs go, and I think you'll be very happy when you get your new Tesla. And I think once some other people, your friends, go for a ride in it, they may start considering this whole electric car thing is nothing to turn your nose up to anymore. So no, nicely done, fun vehicle, and fun to get out. Whoa, hello, yeah, it accelerates pretty good. All right, so I'm on a deserted road, basically. There's nothing around here, so I'm going to do a quick 0 to 60 test in it. It is in chill mode. I'm just kind of driving it like a normal person would drive this vehicle. So I'm going to accelerate it, and then I'm going to show you something really cool, which is kind of the regenerative braking system, basically, where you take your foot off the accelerator pedal. The car slows down by itself pretty aggressively, to tell you the truth, as far as the way it's set up at the moment. And that kind of puts power back into the battery system as well to give you some extended range. So here we go, from a 0, and off we go. Not too bad. I mean, it's pretty, like I said, this is chill mode, and boom, we're at 60 miles per hour right now. I take my foot off, and now the vehicle is just going to kind of start slowing itself down. And it's a lot quicker as far as deceleration than you would get in a normal gas-powered vehicle. And so there we go. So my foot, I'm not touching the brake pedal at all. Nothing's going on here. Just took my foot off the pedal, and boom, there we go. We're stopped. So it's kind of cool. So anyway, a lot of fun. Oh, hello. See you later. So here we go for a corner. So we're doing a pretty good speed here, about 55 miles per hour. Nice kind of sweeping corner. Well, the vehicle feels very stable. Don't feel anything unusual on the suspension. Like I said, it is firm, it's taut, but if you like that, that's good for you, and it's kind of a performance-y feel in my opinion. So no, it feels good for these corners. Not too bad. Alrighty, kind of coming up on a little corner here, so I'm going to do a little bit of braking through this corner here, so coming in pretty deep and slowing it way down. My camera bag's sliding around. Whoop, and off we go. Now, one of the things you may notice in your Tesla when you first get it, or when you ride along in it, is it's kind of like you kind of lose, like I said, you lose that sound. There is kind of like a little bit of a whine from the electronic motors, which actually sounds pretty cool. But almost, you kind of get a little bit of sense of motion sickness a little bit. And I think that's just because I'm so used to normal cars as far as the motor and all that kind of stuff. And you're kind of missing that whole sound element, which is kind of weird. It just, it's kind of a little bit odd, but it's actually very comfortable as well. I mean, there's no noise, no drama as far as engine noise goes, so pretty cool. Now, of course, another reason you buy the Tesla, of course, is this Autopilot and the self-driving capabilities. So it isn't complete yet. It isn't like, you know, doorstep to doorstep type deal, but very close. So I'm going to set it now. So we're just driving along now. I'm not going to go too fast because I don't want to show you how it works, but then we're going to click down twice on the stem. So one time, put you in cruise control. Two time is going to put you into Autosteer, basically. So now the vehicle is kind of driving itself. So as you can see, it's got the lines on the road. It's kind of showing the computer where the road is. I'm watching the road. I'm not doing anything here, and the vehicle is just turning its way around the corner here. And as you can see, hopefully you can see it, but it's a, you know, pretty good corners on here. And here we go. The vehicle's just driving itself, and it'll keep on doing this and keep on doing this. And of course, it has the you know, collision avoidance as far as the lane keep assist, all that kind of stuff. I got to apply a little bit to the steering wheel. It wants you to put a little bit of pressure on the steering wheel every once in a while. And of course, it's the adaptive cruise control, so it sets the difference between the vehicle in front of you. And then to accelerate, let's see here. So I'm going to accelerate the car. And oh, okay, here we go. So go a little bit quicker. So now this vehicle is an Autosteer, basically a version of kind of Autopilot, basically. So speed limit here is 30. It's going to make me do a max speed of 35 in this mode. Doesn't want to go too fast over the speed limit. As you can see, the car is doing everything by itself. Right now, my feet are on the pedals, hand isn't on the steering wheel. You do have to put some input in. It'll tell you when it wants input, or it does like you to kind of just, you know, keep a little bit of like hands on the steering wheel. There it goes. Says apply a little bit of pressure. So we did. 2 strokes down on the stem, and we're back into the self-steering mode. So I'm really not doing anything. Like I said, the vehicle is just driving itself, which is a very cool feature. And as you may have seen, you kind of saw, maybe you saw the sign going by that showed you what the speed limit is, but just a really cool feature. It works really well. I mean, Tesla has really got their kind of cruise control and this autonomousness down to what they can do at the moment as far as legally, but yeah, it's coming along quickly, that's for sure. All right, so right now I'm on a road. Now, it's not the best road, but like I said, the suspension is very firm, and you do feel things in the road, don't get me wrong. So it is pretty firm. All right, folks, so here we are. So this is, I guess, what you could call one of the drawbacks to the electric cars, right, is the whole charging time. So I've been here about 10 minutes now or so. I think it was down to about 65% charge or something like that. So we've got about 20 minutes left to go, and then we should be up to a pretty much full charge. So it's showing 92% right now with 20 minutes to go. So anyway, that's one of the things, but just kind of plan your trips. Maybe pick up something to munch on in the car, and then you can always switch on the video system and maybe watch a video or something like that. So you kind of press here, hit whatever videos you want to watch, and off it goes. Well, there you have it, folks, the 2022 Tesla Model Y. Like I said, this one here was the dual motor long range, about 330 mile range, 0 to 60, 4.4 seconds, which is nothing to complain about. I mean, if you get the performance model, 3.6, I mean, that's insane. I mean, that's faster than most of the muscle cars out there. 155 mile per hour top speed, great vehicle. Of course, Tesla has kind of set the benchmark as far as electronic vehicles. There are lots of options out there now. More manufacturers are coming out with them. But a great car to take a look at. If you can afford one, take a look at it. If you can't afford one, maybe you don't get the Model Y, maybe you get the Model 3, whatever floats your boat. So once again, thanks so much for joining me. Take care and stay safe.